The dark sides of living in Scotland. Scotland, with its picturesque landscapes, rich history, and unique culture, might seem like the dream destination for many. From the rolling hills to the whisky distilleries, it offers a lifestyle that is nothing short of enchanting. However, beneath the surface of this beautiful land, there are some dark sides of living in Scotland that you should consider before packing your bags. In this video, we'll discuss some of these challenges that could affect your experience of living here. While Scotland has a lot to offer, not everything about life here is as ideal as it seems at first glance. Unpredictable weather. One of the most infamous aspects of Scotland is its weather, and it is also one of the darker sides of living in Scotland. Known for being unpredictable, the weather can change without warning, sometimes even within a single day. It's common to experience sunshine, rain, wind, and sometimes even snow, all in the span of just a few hours. For those unaccustomed to such volatility, it can feel like a constant battle between wanting to embrace the outdoors and being caught in an unexpected downpour. Imagine heading out for a brisk walk, only for the weather to shift and soak you through. The unpredictability of the weather can also affect your mood, especially during the long, dark winters when daylight hours are limited. Some people find it hard to cope with the constant dreariness, particularly in the northern regions, where the days are shorter and the weather is often cloudy. For those who thrive on consistent sunshine, Scotland's ever-changing skies can prove to be a challenge. In addition, the damp, chilly atmosphere can exacerbate feelings of coldness, making it necessary to dress in layers and invest in high-quality waterproof gear to stay comfortable. Early store closures. If you're accustomed to the hustle and bustle of cities with 24-hour stores, Scotland might surprise you. One of the lesser-known downsides of living here is the early closing times of stores, particularly in smaller towns and rural areas. Most shops shut down by 5 or 6 p.m, and even on Sundays, you'll struggle to find a store open past the early evening hours. This is quite different from places where the shops remain open late into the night or operate 24/7, leaving you with the convenience of picking up things on a whim. The lack of late-night shopping options can be particularly inconvenient for those with a busy work schedule or anyone needing to grab essentials after work. While the culture of earlier closing times reflects a more laid-back, community-focused lifestyle, it can be frustrating for newcomers who are used to the vibrant energy of cities that never sleep. If you enjoy late-night snack runs or spontaneous purchases, you'll need to adjust Scotland's quieter evening rhythm. Challenges with health services. The National Health Service, NHS, in Scotland offers free healthcare at the point of use, which is a significant advantage for residents. However, despite its many benefits, accessing healthcare can be frustrating due to long waiting times. Non-emergency medical appointments, especially with specialists, can take weeks or even months to secure. While this is a problem across the UK, the situation can feel particularly dire if you have an ongoing health concern and need quick access to treatment. Although Scotland's NHS is well regarded for its quality, the sheer demand for healthcare services often leads to overworked staff and rushed consultations. The general sense is that, while you will eventually receive the care you need, you might not always get the personal attention you were hoping for. It's essential to be patient and flexible, but the longer wait times and occasional rushed appointments can lead to frustration, particularly if you're not accustomed to such delays. Higher taxes and cost of living. Higher taxes are another notable dark side of living in Scotland. While the country offers many public services, such as free healthcare and education, these come at a cost. The tax rates in Scotland are higher compared to other parts of the UK, which means that a significant portion of your income goes towards supporting public services. This may not be a huge issue for those who are accustomed to higher taxes, but for newcomers, it can come as a shock. Higher taxes can have a significant impact on disposable income, meaning that you may have to adjust your budget to account for this. While some people feel that the quality of public services justifies the higher tax burden, Others find it hard to cope with less take-home pay. It's essential to weigh the benefits of these public services against the financial impact of higher taxes. The cost of living in Scotland may also be slightly higher in some areas, especially in the bigger cities like Edinburgh and Glasgow, although this is somewhat offset by lower prices in rural areas. Salary discrepancy. Compared to England, salaries in Scotland are generally lower, which can be a significant challenge for those moving here for work, particularly in sectors like finance, law, and technology. The salary disparity between Scotland and England is noticeable. While the cost of living in Scotland is typically lower, especially in rural areas, the salary gap may still make it difficult to make ends meet, particularly if you're used to earning a higher wage in southern parts of the UK. The disparity in salaries can be particularly stark in industries that are concentrated in larger English cities, such as London, where some jobs offer much higher pay. Although many people in Scotland manage to live comfortably on the salaries available, those accustomed to the high salaries in England may need to adjust their expectations. The reality is that you'll likely need to budget carefully and be realistic about your financial situation. Isolation in remote areas. While Scotland's breathtaking natural beauty is one of its main attractions, the isolation of some areas can be a challenge. Many parts of the country, particularly in the Highlands and on the remote islands, are sparsely populated, offering tranquility and stunning views. If you enjoy peace and solitude, this may be ideal, but for others, the isolation can feel daunting. Even in some of the more populated cities, the vast open spaces can create a sense of being cut off from the rest of the world, especially during the long, dark winters. Public transportation in remote areas is also limited, making it difficult to travel without your own vehicle. This can be especially problematic during the harsh winter months, when heavy snowfall or storms can make roads impassable for days. If you're used to having everything you need within walking distance or a short drive, the remote areas of Scotland may leave you feeling disconnected. The isolation of rural living can also exacerbate feelings of loneliness, particularly if you're far away from family and friends. It's not uncommon for residents in these quiet corners of Scotland to find themselves relying on local communities for social interaction and support, which, while wonderful, can sometimes feel limiting. For some, the vast expanses of land and minimal human interaction can turn the beauty of solitude into a very real struggle. Job opportunities. Finally, finding the right job in Scotland can be a struggle, particularly in specialised fields. While the country has a thriving economy and job market, there are fewer opportunities in certain sectors compared to other parts of the UK. Particularly in smaller cities or rural areas, finding work in niche industries can be difficult. Even in Edinburgh and Glasgow, competition for roles can be fierce, and it may take longer than expected to land a position. If you're planning to move to Scotland, it's essential to research the job market in your particular industry before making the move. Even though there are plenty of opportunities in sectors like finance, education, and technology, other industries may not have as many openings. Job seekers in Scotland often have to be patient and persistent, especially in more remote areas. Living in Scotland comes with its fair share of challenges. The dark sides of living in Scotland, from unpredictable weather to higher taxes and job market limitations, can be enough to make anyone reconsider a move. However, for those who value the unique cultural experience, beautiful landscapes, and high-quality public services, these challenges may not outweigh the benefits. If you are thinking about relocating, take time to assess whether the pros outweigh the cons and prepare accordingly. Scotland may not be perfect, but it has a distinct charm that many find irresistible. Do you think the dark sides of living in Scotland, like unpredictable weather and higher taxes, are worth it for the stunning landscapes and cultural experiences? Or do they outweigh the benefits of calling Scotland home? Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.